Hey guys, all right, so let's talk about the open-ended question from the Nearpod. I had a couple good answers. I had a couple friends that were sort of on the right track, but not quite. And I had some friends that were very, very off. So let's look at the problem. Let's pull it apart like everybody should have done when they were answering this problem. So the angle between each spoke on a wheel of Sophia's bicycle measures 15 degrees. Sophia puts reflectors on two spokes as shown to the right. What is the measure of the angle between the spokes with the reflectors? All right, so I read it one time. What is this problem about? Well, this problem is about Sophia's bicycle wheel that she put reflectors on. All right, let's read it again. The angle between each spoke on a wheel of Sophia's bicycle measures 15 degrees. Sophia puts reflectors on two spokes as shown to the right. What is the measure of the angle between the spokes of the reflector? Well, next we should be asking ourselves, what is this question about? What is my goal for this problem? Well, that would be to answer this question right here. What is the measure of the angle between the spokes with the reflectors? These, it says right here, reflectors, these are the reflectors. All right, so let's read it again. The angle between each spoke on a wheel of Sophia's bicycle measures 15 degrees. Sophia puts reflectors on two spokes as shown to the right. What is the measure of the angle between the spokes of the reflector? All right, well, let's pull out those important words, those important details that I know I have to have in order to answer this question. Well, it's very important that I know that right now it's a 15-degree measure between, when I measure the angle between each spoke, okay? The angle between each spoke measures 15 degrees. I can see that right here, okay? They're saying that this angle right here this one right here measures 15 degrees, okay? So one of these angles is 15 degrees. But there's not only one angle in between Sophia's reflectors, right? One of the reflectors is here and one of them is here. So that means there's all of these angles in between, right? So that orange area there, that is what we are trying to find the angle measurement of. Now you don't have to have a protractor, okay? Do not try putting your protractor on the screen of your computer, okay? Nobody should have been using a tool other than their brain to answer this question. All right, let's look at some of the responses that people gave for answering this question. Let's see what we think about some of these responses. Let's see. 20 is between the two wheels because it has two wheels, the 15 on each of the, so if you add 15 plus 15, it equals 20. So this is how I got my answer. All right, now your problem said that you needed to answer this question in a full sentence. When you are answering a word problem in a full sentence, you need to be answering the question of the problem. And we know that the question for this problem is what is the measure of the angle between the spokes with the reflectors? So if you're answering this in a full sentence, your answer should start with something like the measure of the angle between the spokes with the, oh, you guys can't see that anymore, can you? With the reflectors is, right? And then you would give me the measurement, right? This would be answering this question in a full sentence. The question is, what is the measure of the angle between the spokes with the reflectors? The measure of the angle between the spokes with the reflectors is blank degrees. Okay? This is how you answer a question in a full sentence, because this is the question. All right, so let's go back to some of our other answers. So first off, is this even answering our question? No, it's not. It also just doesn't make sense. Okay, so please make sure that you're rereading what you are answering. I hope that when you read this, I hope that if you reread this, you would have thought to yourself, huh, my sentences don't make sense. Also, 15 plus 15 does not equal 20. So check your math. Okay, 15 plus 15 absolutely does not equal 20. 10 plus 10 equals 20, but 15 plus 15 does not. All right, let's look at another option here. Sophia puts the reflectors 7 spokes apart. Each spoke has an angle that is 15 degrees. So I can multiply 15 by 7, which equals 47 degrees. The angle of 7 spokes is 47 degrees. This is excellent, except for one problem. I mean, this is absolutely high five, big stars on answering this, but the answer is wrong. Okay, you told me right here that you're going to multiply 15 by 7. You are absolutely right. That is how you can solve this problem, 15 times 7. But 15 times 7 is not 47. So let's think about this and see whether 47 seems like a reasonable answer. Okay, I know that 15 times 7 is going to be at least 7 groups of 10, right? Because there's a group of 10 in 15. And when I multiply, I'm multiplying it 7 times. So I know there should be 7 groups of 10 and 7 groups of 5 all put together. Just the 7 groups of 10 is going to be more than this answer. Okay, just the 7 groups of 10 is going to be more than 47. And I still have the 7 groups of 5, right? So here's my 10, and I know that I'm having 7 times. So that's 7 groups of 10 and 7 groups of 5 put all together into one answer. So you need to think whether your answers are reasonable. 47 degrees, is that reasonable? Also, if we take a look at our angle here that is created from the bicycle spokes, let's take a look at this angle. This is another way that we can decide if our answer is reasonable. So here is my angle. Does that look like an acute or an obtuse angle? Right? What do you think? And you might say, it could be right, but maybe obtuse. It's definitely not an acute angle. Definitely not an acute angle. And think about this answer. Think about this answer right here. You're saying that it's 47 degrees. 47 degrees would be an acute angle. maybe almost half of a right angle. That angle definitely was not acute. So think about your answers. Make sure they're reasonable. The wording of this problem, of this answer right here, fabulous. Gold star. But unfortunately, the answer is wrong. Okay. This answer right here. Now, it's not in a sentence, so that's not so great. But I see how you got your answer. I'm not sure why you chose to only add 15 4 times. Look at our problem. How many 15-degree angles are there? Well, I can see one here, 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 and here. How many 15-degree angles is that? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 15-degree angles. So why did you only add 15 together 4 times? Not sure. All right, let's look at another one. It's above 15 degrees and over 90 degrees, but under 180 degrees, so it looks like it could be 103 degrees. There's no reason for guessing, right? There should be no estimating. This is kind of like an estimation answer. You should be able to get an exact number for that angle, an exact measurement, all right? Exact measurement. Let's take a look at this one. 105 degrees because the problem said 15 degrees between each spoke, and there is 7 spokes, so 15 times 5 is 105, and that's your answer. Now, we're not answering the question that was asked, which we've already talked about that. You need to make sure that you're answering the actual question that is asked. I do like that I understand what they're doing. Okay, so they're saying the answer is 105 because there's 15 degrees in between each one, and there's 7 of the angles. Then why did you multiply 15 times 5? Where did you get this 5 from? Is that just an oopsie on your typing? I'm not sure. So again, reread what you type. Because why would you multiply 15 times 5 if you said perfectly well that you have 7 of the 15-degree angles? Okay. Okay, so let's actually solve the problem, okay? Not real impressed here, guys. Not real impressed. So let's go back to our problem. Again, we know that what we need to be answering is what is the measure of the angle between the spokes of the reflectors. We know that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 15-degree angles between these reflectors, right? These reflectors that they're talking about. Between these two reflectors, there are 7 15-degree angles. So you could solve this by using repeated addition. So you could do 15 plus 15 plus 15 plus 15 plus 15 plus 15 plus 15. And how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You could do 15 plus 15 plus 15 plus 15 plus 15 plus 15 because every one of these angles is 15 degrees and there are 7 of them. Or you could do 15 times 7. Okay? Either one would work. So, if you wanted to do 15 times 7, let's go ahead. Where'd it go? Let's go ahead and see what we would get. I can figure out where to go. Where did my problem go that I just typed? Here it is. All right, so 15 times 7. Let's go ahead and solve. So we have 7 that we need to multiply times 5. Or 7. What did I just say? We have 7 that we need to multiply times 5. And we have 7 that we need to multiply times 10, because this one is in the tens place. So first let's multiply the 7 times 5. What's 7 times 5? Well, very easy. Let's just count by 5. 7 times 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. All right, so we get 35 when we multiply 7 times 5. Now we have to multiply 7 times 10, because we have 7 tens, and hopefully nobody has to think too hard on what 7 times 10 is. But if you do, that's fine. Just count by tens 7 times. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. All right, so then we have 70, and then we add up these two partial products. 5 times 0, 5. 7 times 3, 7, 8, 9, 10. I know you can't see that because I've written over, but that says 105. We would get the exact same answer if we added up 15 plus 15 plus 15 plus 15. Let's add up just the 5s first. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. 35 by adding up the 1s places. All of these 1s are actually 10s because they're in the tens place. So this would be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. And we add together our partial sums. 5 plus 0, 5. 7 plus 3, 10. So doing our math, we know that it is 105 degrees. So in order to answer my question, because I have to answer it in a full sentence, I would say the measure of the angle between the spokes with the reflectors is 105 degrees. Look at that. Not so hard, right? Once we stop and think and break it down. All right? You really need to start breaking it down and thinking about what's going on. Also, if I ask you to answer in a full sentence, I expect you to answer the question from the problem in a full sentence. It doesn't just mean put some words together. You've got to pull your answer out of your question. And look at that. Every single word that's in my answer came from my question. All right. We'll try harder next time, right?